So just how important is experience when I'm selling a home or buying a home is a question I get asked a lot. The only questions I bring you on this show are questions we get asked a lot, because why put one out there that's obscure? And after 31 years in the industry, there's a bit of a pattern as to what the questions are going to be.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
So we're excited that we've been able to help you not only buy real estate, sell real estate, and invest in real estate. We've been able to help families navigate life, navigate relationships even, building their wealth, building and flourishing and strengthening inside their home, making house home and simply whole living. And so when we think about experience, the experience extends, I think, beyond just real estate.
Well, there's life experience. Yeah. And sometimes whether someone decides to buy or sell a home has to do with life situations, life changes, and sometimes in our consultation, they end up not buying or selling.
I actually
because of her life experience.
Right. I just had a family right now that have sold their home for about $150,000 additional dollars that I met 4 years ago. And they were introduced to me from another client. They were lovely. We had a great meeting. And after meeting with them and hearing what was important to them and what was going on for them in their life, I actually encouraged them that maybe they wouldn't want to sell, that maybe this wasn't the right time for them. And their personal situation may be yours or may not be yours, except it gives you hopefully some awareness that as we're asking questions, we're not asking questions because we're actually nosy. We're asking questions so that once we could ask the right questions, we could actually give a good prescription.
So you're talking about the people that 4 years ago you said don't sell.
Right. And then again, they called me 2 years ago.
Okay.
And said, maybe it's time now. So we had a conversation about what was going. I met with them on site again. And again, my counsel and one of the options, and we shared why that might be my prescription after I had done a thorough diagnosis with them.
Well, that's an interesting. Let me back you up there for a second. So giving a diagnosis or a prescription before diagnosis is malpractice, right?
Is a recipe for malpractice, for sure.
So what you're saying is you need all the information, then you take that information, combine it with your life experience, your real estate experience, and you come up with a prescription for that client.
And present it in terms of options. It's not like I'm telling you what you need to do. It's just, hey, if I was thinking based on what you've told me, these are the things that you may consider doing. They're really evidence of being able to put several prescriptions out there. Not just one, usually several. Options. What's the upside? What's the downside? And the experience allows us to know what the upside and the downside is to each of the prescriptions. And then ultimately, the client says, I like that one. And so when we met this time...
So 2 years ago, you said no again, right?
Well, I didn't
say
no.
I know. I'm putting words in your mouth. You said... It's not the opportunist time to sell for you based on your situation.
Right.
We can sell it. Sure. We absolutely can.
Absolutely.
And we did that for another client, actually, a couple of years ago. We said, you might want to hang on to it. We think it's best you hang on to this investment property. And they chose to sell.
I know. We begged. Actually, in that case, I wasn't.
But they were done. They were done being a landlord, done dealing with everything.
And they were long-term clients, and we knew.
And so we sold it for them.
And they did well. They did really, really, really well in that market.
Yeah, just maybe $100,000 less than they would have if they waited the 2 years.
Right. And so sometimes life happens, and you're going to make the best decision you can with the best knowledge that's out there.
Right.
Right. And so that's really the point of this. So then when they called me this time, he says, what kind of realtor are you? This is like the third time. Will you sell our house now? And I said, yes, this is the opportune time for you, given what's going on in your life. And when I told him what the value was and what the price he could expect to get, he goes, what?
Did he almost fall off his chair?
He really did.
Yeah.
He was absolutely shocked. They had no idea. Even though I'd been sending them some updates, and that's actually an amazing thing that we can do for you. We can provide you custom market snapshots.
We'd love to do that. You know what? I really enjoy setting those up.
I know you do. And I let Ken set most of them up, which is fantastic because it gives you a market snapshot in your community. We're going to talk about that in a future episode, and you're going to want to tune in for that because that is a really juicy thing so that you can be informed along the process. Mm-hmm. So making sure that as you're interviewing the realtor, and even if you're talking to a lender, when you're doing your interviewing for a mortgage specialist or you're doing interviewing for a lawyer, you want to make sure that they have experience to be able to give you a really good possible set of prescriptions after they've taken the time to do the diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. And part of that experience is knowing what to do in the house.
Right. What to fix
what
and
to
what
fix,
to
and
leave
what
alone.
to leave. Because yes, we can get you a higher price if you put a new kitchen in and new bathrooms, but maybe we get you a higher price, but it's less than the cost. The increase is less than the cost of putting the bathroom and the kitchen in.
Exactly.
So why do it?
Exactly. And the neat thing about this part of it is we can do so much of this virtually for you right now. I often get videos and pictures saying, this is what's going on in this part of my house. My back hall off my garage, the tiles, not so nice anymore. Should I replace it to match the kitchen? Or should I maybe restone the fireplace? Or should I change the floor that's near the front of my house? Where should I put my money? And, I'm really kind of committed to doing all three. And here's the reality. Something that's far from the front of the house, something that's not a master bedroom, a kitchen, or the main focal point room in your house, not such a big deal if you've kind of got not such attractive flooring in the back hall. You're going to invest a lot of time, energy, and money, and it's probably going to give you a return that's negative, a negative return. And is that what you're looking for? So my answer is we're having those discussions, which are constant.
Yeah, and the beauty is they can walk through their house with their cell phone, do a FaceTime, we can see everything, and we can advise without even going into the home. And you know what else is really important, I find? It's not even really important. It's essential.
Essential? You're taking my word now.
Okay.
I love that
It's
word.
essential that the pricing be right. And sometimes that takes experience in the market, knowing what the market's about to do, what the supply is, what the demand is, what the comparables have sold for, putting that whole picture and package together, layered on top of the experience of years of negotiating, will tell us what price is right. Because if you overprice, you'll end up selling too low.
Yeah. That, like, there are other shows we've done. I can't overemphasize that one point enough. If you overprice, like, don't do it. Just don't do it because it's going to make you get less money.
Yes.
This is a solid, sound prescription without even the details of your house.
And if you underprice,
right,
without the strategy and the marketing to support that lower price, you will undersell as well.
Yeah, we don't want you to do that. So if you're thinking, I want a partnership that's going to be in my best interest and work for me, give us a call because we'd love to connect with you because it is a joy to be your partners in moving forward together. Because together, we've got this.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.